For joining this lesson, we're going to discuss geometrical constructions. Number 8. The question says that using a ruler and a pair of compasses only, construct a parallelogram ABCD in which AB equals to 6 centimeters, BC equals to 4.5 centimeters, and angle ABC equals to 105 degrees. Then drop a perpendicular from D to meet AB at M. Measure DM. So we're going to construct this question. Remember to subscribe and to share the link with friends. I will start by giving a sketch of what we expect. We need a line which we are calling, in this case, which we are calling AB, first of all. So line AB, which is going to be 6 centimeters. Then we have this is our point AB. Then we have the length being 6 centimeters. We also need the angle here, the angle at B. So ABC. So the angle at B should be 105. This angle should be 105. Yeah. Then we also need another line here, so that now, because it is a parallelogram, then we are supposed to know that these two lines are equal and parallel, and also AB together with CD are also equal and parallel. Therefore, BC given as 4.5 centimeters automatically should tell us that AD is also 4.5 centimeters. So those are the expectations that we should be having. Again, A and B, AB and DC are also equal and parallel lines. So those are a few expectations. So we begin by coming up with line AB. Let me draw line AB first. So I just make a straight line, then I mark the start. Remember that is now my point A. Then to my straight ruler, I measure a radius of exactly 6 centimeters. Then I transfer it to the paper now. So standing at this point, I make an arc. This is now going to be point A, then point B. Then this is a 6 centimeters. Then we are also supposed to know that the angle at B should be 105. Therefore, I'm going to draw a perpendicular at that point first of all. So I raise a perpendicular at point B. Remember, we are not supposed to use a protractor to measure angles. We are strictly supposed to construct them. Then I enlarge my radius, and standing at this point, I make some arcs, and standing on the other arc, I cut the first arc. Now when I drop this line now through B, it will be a perpendicular line. This is a perpendicular line. Now with my perpendicular line, the other thing I'm supposed to do is to construct 60 degrees along this line. I just extend the line, yeah. Then starting at this point, I make an arc. Then now standing at where the arc is made, I make the arc again. That is 60 degrees. Now with 60 degrees, and initially I had constructed 90 degrees, then it means now bisecting the remaining angle here, which is 30. Remember, this is 90 degrees. So I have constructed 60 here, which means I remain with 30 degrees at this point. So now it is the 30 degrees that I want to bisect. So standing at this point, I make an arc and also make an arc on the other side. Then I enlarge a little bit and I make other arcs so that now I may bisect the angle. So I make an arc there and standing at this point, I also make an arc. So now I can bring that intersection of the arc to point B. Now I will have bisected 30 degrees, which means this is 15, this is also 15. When I add 15 to the original 90 degrees here, I'll get 105 degrees. So this is a 105 degrees, 90 plus 15. Now along that line, I should measure my BC, which is going to be 4.5 according to the instructions now. 4.5. So again, standing at 0, 4.5, then I make an arc. So standing at this point, I make an arc. This is going to be my point C, because now I have measured 4.5 centimeters. Then now there is something else we are supposed to know. The angle at A and the angle at B are called cointerior angles, because length A, D, and BC are parallel lines. Then the angle at this point and the angle at this point are called cointerior angles, or rather allied angles, and they usually add up to 180. So allied angles or cointerior angles are supplementary. They add up to 180. That means the angle at this point is supposed to be 75. So that when we add up to 100, or when we add to 105, then we get a total of 180. So I need to construct on the inner side 75 degrees. So again, I will start by constructing a perpendicular line at point A. So allow me extend the line towards my left. Then now standing at point A, I will make an arc. So standing at point A, I make an arc. Then I also make an arc on the other side, and I enlarge a little bit. Then I stand at these arcs now, so that I made another arc there. And on this side, I also cut the first arc. That way, I'll be able to drop a perpendicular to point A. So that is a perpendicular line. Then now what we are supposed to do, because we need 75, now I can construct 60 degrees on the inner side. 60 degrees first on the inner side. So I extend that arc. Then standing at this point, I cut the arc. That means I will produce a line which will give me 60 degrees on the inner side. Now with 60 degrees on the inner side, I need to bisect the remaining 30 degrees. Remember, the big angle was 90. So standing at this point, I now need to bisect. Just bisect the angle here. Yeah, so I make an arc. And standing at this point, I make an arc again. Standing at this point, I make an arc. Now the intersection of those arcs will give me the bisector to the 30 degrees angle, which means that now I will have 60 degrees, then 30 has been bisected. So this is 15 and this is 60, a total of 75. A total of 75 degrees. Then again, I measure, because AD and BC should be equal and parallel. Now I measure again 4.5 degrees. 4.5 degrees. So now with 4.5 degrees, I just make an arc. This is 4.5 centimeters, and now this will be my point D automatically. With point D and point C, I can now join them using a very straight line. So when I join D and C, I will have my complete parallelogram. So this is now my parallelogram ABCD fully constructed. Now we can continue with the question which says drop a perpendicular from D to meet AB at M. So dropping a perpendicular line from a given point to a given straight line. So at point D, for me to drop a perpendicular line to AB, then I just need to make an arc at this point and also make an arc at another point on the same line. Yeah, or I just use one arc so that the line is cut twice at two different points. Then now from these points, then now with those marks, we can now make other arcs, either below those ones or even on the upper side. Let me use the lower side because of the many marks which are already on the upper side. So I just make an arc, then standing on the other side, I make an arc. Then now I join point D with those arcs. I will have dropped a perpendicular from D to the line AB. So now this is going to be a perpendicular bisector, a perpendicular line simply from point D all the way to the line AB. But now we needed the point exactly where the perpendicular line is cutting length AB so that we may identify it as M, and we also measure DM. So I need now to go to my ruler with this radius so that I may determine the length, of DM. So from the 0 mark, this is taking me to 4.3, exactly 4.3 centimeters. Therefore, the length DM equals to 4.3, centimeters. So that is how we go about such a question. Thank you so much for following. Remember to subscribe and to share this link. Our number is attached there. You can request for revision materials through that number. You can also organize for private tuitions through the same number. Thank you so much.